Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Ivacy in 2020 and see whether or not they might be the right VPN for you. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to connect to a geo-blocked server on Netflix and see whether or not they actually work. And quickly, just before I get stuck in, if you are looking to get started with Ivacy VPN, then don't forget to check out the massive discount link down below in the video description. Let's get started. So the first thing I looked into when reviewing Ivacy in 2020 was the price. So for myself personally and many other customers out there, this is by far one of the most important factors that people look into when signing up for a VPN. So as of making this video, Ivacy VPN is $3.50 per month, and this is based on their 12-month plan, which comes to a grand total of $42. However, there actually is a secret 2-year plan that you can find on their website. So when you go ahead and sign up for the service, if you actually navigate to your mouse cursor to either corner of the screen, it will actually detect that you are trying to leave the website, and it will give you a last minute kind of deal. I believe it was $2.50 for the 24-month plan, which is the one that I actually signed up for. So you can actually go ahead and lock in even cheap prices if that method will work for you. And when it comes to the methods in which you can pay for Ivacy VPN, they pretty much have everything under the sun that you can imagine, including all of the credit cards, PayPal, BitPay, Alipay, DotPay, and heaps of cryptocurrencies such as Dash, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So when it comes to the price to value ratio of Ivacy VPN, I'd say they're pretty middle of the road. They're definitely not the most expensive out there, and they're also not the cheapest. But what you do get for this product, I would say the pricing is actually pretty reasonable. Okay guys, so the next thing I looked into when reviewing Ivacy was the amount of servers they have on offer, and also the amount of countries that you can connect to. So depending on what you're going to be using a VPN, whether that's accessing geo-blocked content or using it for your Amazon Fire TV, being able to connect to multiple servers and also locations is incredibly important, especially if you want those really fast speeds, and also the ability to access geo-blocked content. So when it comes to the numbers of Ivacy VPN, I'd say they do a pretty good job, especially for the price that they do offer. They definitely don't have the most amount of servers out there, but from my experience of connecting and also speeds, I'd actually say they do a pretty decent job. So the next thing I looked into with Ivacy was their VPN protocol, encryption, torrenting capability, and also their logging policy as well. So in this particular category, I would say Ivacy VPN does extremely well, as they are using the Open VPN protocol, which has now become the gold standard. And when it comes to the encryption, they are using the AES 256 military grade encryption. And while this is an awesome feature, this is now standard amongst most VPN providers. And when it comes to the torrenting side of using Ivacy VPN, from my personal own experiences, they've done a great job at allowing me to hide my IP address and being able to download torrents anonymously. And when it comes to the login policy, Ivacy has one of the best track records out there. However, there are some doubts about their kind of jurisdiction, as they are located in Singapore, but I'll touch more on that in just a bit. However, in this category of security, encryption, and downloading, I would say Ivacy VPN does a pretty good job. Okay guys, so the next thing I looked into when reviewing Ivacy VPN was the amount of devices that you can connect to on a single account, and also the compatibility of devices as well. So as of making this video, Ivacy VPN does allow you to connect 5 devices simultaneously on a single account, and you can also go ahead and use multiple platforms such as iOS, Android, Windows, Mac, Linux, Kodi, Amazon Fire TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and then you can also go ahead and connect Ivacy VPN to such consoles as Xbox and the PS3 and 4, and they're also compatible with Safari, Chrome, and also Firefox. So in this particular category, I would say Ivacy covers the main bases. However, I would like them to add more devices in the coming months or years, as many other providers do now allow you to connect maybe 6, 7, 8, or in some cases 10 devices on a single account. However, if you are just using it for personal use, then 5 devices should be more than enough. So the next thing I looked into was the jurisdiction of Ivacy VPN. So as of making this video, their company headquarters are located in Singapore, which is great as they are out of the 14 Eyes Alliance. However, Singapore does have very close ties to the United States. However, there are some doubts about the validity of their security and maybe the connection with the United States. But nonetheless, this is just rumor and none of this is confirmed. And this is also one of the risks that you always have to take into consideration when choosing a VPN, as it's up to the company to keep all of your information secure. So the next thing I looked into when reviewing Ivacy VPN was their compatibility and also the reliability of connecting to geo-blocked content, such as the different versions of Netflix. So from my own personal experience of using Ivacy VPN, I would say they're actually pretty irregular, to be honest. Sometimes it does work and sometimes it doesn't work. I have found it does depend on the time of day that you are trying to connect and a few other factors as well. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is actually go ahead and open up my Netflix account and connect to an American-based server in real time, just so you guys can see whether or not they are working. And if they're not working, I can just show you guys a couple of troubleshooting measures in which you can go ahead and fix that. So I'm over here on my Netflix account and I've gone ahead and opened up Ivacy VPN and I've selected the location to the United States that I would like to connect to. So essentially all I have to do now is go ahead and click on the connect button, and this will go ahead and start connecting me to the fastest server that they can find in the United States. And once it does connect, this means that my entire computer, including all of my browsers, will now be connected. So this means you won't have to download any third-party plugins on Chrome. You just go ahead, use the desktop app, and you can go ahead and open up any browser. So once this is highlighted in green, this just notifies me that I'm now connected. So now I can go ahead and try to access the American version of Netflix. So I'll just go ahead and do that one now. I'll just refresh the browser and this will go ahead and load me onto the American-based version of the platform. So now that I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and search for a TV show that I know is only available in the United States, and that is The Office. So I'll just go ahead and search for that one. So as you can see, guys, we now have access to The Office, plus some additional TV shows that aren't available in my country. And what I'm actually going to do now is go ahead and play a really small snippet of this TV show in real time, as a lot of VPNs do allow you to get this far. But once you actually go ahead and try to play a piece of content, it will actually block you from doing so. So I'll just go ahead and click on that one now. And again, there'll be no edits and I'll let this play out in real time. And when Ivacy VPN is working for me, it typically does take around 10 to 15 seconds, as you can see right there. So in this instance, guys, Ivacy VPN was working seamlessly on the American-based version of Netflix with no issues. But just keep a note, they can be a little bit irregular from my personal own experiences. So that is just something to take into account if you do decide to go with them. So there you have it, guys. That's my overall thoughts and experiences of using Ivacy VPN in 2020. And with my overall experience of using the platform, I'd have to say they're pretty good, apart from the kind of fallouts with Netflix now and again. But for what you do get for a pretty affordable price, I'd have to say they are a pretty decent provider. And again, if you are looking to get started with them, don't forget to check out the massive discount link down below in the video description. And also, guys, if you have any questions about Ivacy VPN or connecting to geo-blocked servers or anything along those lines, then feel free to comment down below and I'll be more than happy to help you out. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.